Hey, it's Ashley. You're watching BEAUTEOUSMAX, and I'm about to show you how I made this look happen, which is a recreation of the J.LO A.K.A cover. So Olga's skin is prepped. We just used a little bit of Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm gonna start with MAC paint in Bamboom with a soft, fluffy brush. This is from Obsessive Compulsive. Close. This is just a cream shadow that sets to be waterproof. I usually start right at the lash line and then just blend upward with it. The next step, because this eye is pretty sultry, and I want to lay down a little bit of a soft shadow before blending those darker colors. So I'm using the Shiseido RD299 palette, and I'm using this really pretty soft peachy color with a small domed eyeshadow brush. Again, sort of starting along the eyeball area and just blending upward. So when you're blending dark colors, it's a great thing to put down softer shades. Otherwise, the dark pigment will grip to your bare skin and not really blend. So this is almost like a primer. Now I'm switching to a soft blending brush from MAC. I believe it's the 224 brush. And I'm dipping into the Chanel Tisse Mademoiselle. I wish I spoke French. Do you speak French? No. Exactly. And I'm using this sort of soft silver color. Look down. And I'm just starting on the outside corner of the eye, blending in the crease. So just imagine you're depositing the color and then you're blending it. That's what's gonna allow for that really nice feathered effect. Make sure you have a nice soft grip on your brush. That way you're not packing the pigment in, you're more blending it. The most important thing about blending is that you get all of those edges really, really soft. So next I'm going to use the Cordura Duo from Nars with a smaller soft brush. This is from Chanel. And I'm using this darker shade. And again, keeping it right in the corner of the eye. This is our darkest shade. You want to keep it concentrated. So now that we have this nice dramatic outer corner of the eye, I want to go back into the inner corner with something hot. So I'm going to take the highlight shade in Quadrille, Chanel? Whatever, French, learn it. So I'm using a flat brush, close, to pack this on the inner corner of the eye. And you can take your blending brush that you did your crease with, kind of just feather where they meet. I'm also gonna use this shade to highlight. So with the same brush, just gonna go under the brow. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to eyeliner. I'm using the Shiseido black pencil, close, and I'm just dragging this along the upper lash line. It helps to use the side of the pencil to your advantage, so you don't necessarily have to go straight on with the tip of the pencil. And then I like to go back with an angled brush, just to smooth that line out. Also line under the eye. So we're going all the way across the lower lash line, leaving just the tear duct bare because I'm going to highlight that. Up, smoothing it. The angled brush. And I'll use the angled brush to connect the corners of the eye. So she's looking up and I'm connecting it with that lower lash line. So as much as this look is sultry, we still want to keep it fresh. So I'm going to take the highlight shade and just pop it right on the inner corners. So in the waterline, instead of using black like you might if you're going for major drama, look up, I'm gonna use Benefit's Highbrow Pencil, which is just a really pale, pinky white that, awesome. It gives major pop to the eye. Love. So now I'm just gonna drag a little bit of Nars Brow Gel. This is Kinshasa, the brunette shade, for Olga's brows. And then I'm using Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in brunette, just to extend our little tails a little bit. So lash application and mascara is all we have left. I'm using these number 13s, which are by NYX, I believe, NYX. And I'm using Duo Lash Adhesive in dark. So instead of the clear, this actually has, it dries kind of black. So it keeps the depth of the lash line when you have black liner happening. So I'm dragging the lash through the adhesive, just getting a thin layer. You want it to get a little bit tacky before you apply. So adhere your outside corner first, and then just lay it along the full lash line. That way? Yeah. I also have a video about lash application. I'm kind of speeding through this, but if you check my my feed, you'll see that there's a lash video. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I'm just going to clean up under the eye with a little bit of foundation. My beauty blender acts like an eraser. Okay, so now of course J.Lo is always contoured to death in a good way. So before you contour, lay down some blot powder. Just translucent powder that again will allow your darker contouring shades to adhere better. First I'm going to highlight with Shiseido Luminizing Face Color in BE206. I'm going to take this on top of the cheekbone, almost under the eye. So highlighting is really just like a shade lighter than your skin. This is really subtle, but you'll see the impact once we contour. And a little bit down the center of the nose. So now I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Sculpting Kit, obviously the sculpting side. And I'm going to go under the cheekbone. Again, depositing the color before I blend it, so it'll look a little racing stripish. Along the temples. And then you can blend. This is an angled blush brush from MAC. J to the L-O, hello. This is looking good. And then J.Lo definitely does a little bit of nose contouring, which I don't love, but we're gonna do it for the sake of the look. So you take your contour just on the sides of the nose with a blending brush. And then what you can do is you can go back with your highlighter and use it almost like an eraser for those edges, just to make sure everything buffs nicely. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the lip. This lip is very 90s, so I'm actually gonna line Olga's lips in Plum Lip Liner by MAC, which was like all I wore in 8th grade. And I'm gonna finish the lip off with MAC's More Velvet Lip Gloss Pencil. So it doesn't match the lip liner, because you do sort of want that two-dimensional, three-dimensional look with the darker liner and the paler inside. So once you get the More Velvet Gloss Lip Pencil on, I'm just gonna blend with a lip brush. This is the Shiseido, I think it's a small eyeshadow brush, but I like to use it on the lips. And then finally, can't forget about the mascara, now that the lashes are dry. And just so I don't get my thumbprint on her lid, I'm just using this brush just to pull her lash up. You, of course, wouldn't need to do this on yourself. And the mascara really just helps the lashes blend in with your own natural lash. And I'm using Benefit They're Real mascara. All right, this is the J.Lo A.K.A. look. I hope you love this look as much as I do. Thanks for watching.